emanating from deep under the earth, spreading across the globe at the speed of thought, changing the world one brain at a time. This is Last Call, the Final Order Report from Green Brain Comics.
Howdy Brainiacs, it's time for Last Call, your one-stop preview for next month's best comics and your last chance to pre-order before the print runs are locked and loaded. I am Dan Merritt, Chief Purchasing Officer here at Green Brain Comics, and I'm here to give you the lowdown on what's hitting our shelves starting Wednesday, September 16th, and a heads up to pre-order by this Sunday, August 23rd. Final Order Report and Green Brain Comics are proudly powered by Comichub. Check out Comichub online at comichub.com or grab the mobile app for Android and iPhone. Create an account or log into your existing one to order. Pay securely and make sure you never miss an issue. Today I'll be using Comichub to spotlight orders due Sunday on the Last Call page, which is what I'm scrolling through right now. And we'll move right on into our first subject for the day. And that is Last Call for graphic novels. Ooh, yeah, almost did that right. And this week, the Last Call for graphic novels is backed up by the next Drink and Draw. This is our bi-monthly Drink and Draw that we hold over at Downey Brewing Company along with our pals over at Blick Art Materials. DowneyBrewingCompany.com for more information. It all happens on October 9th, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. All right, let's move right on into Last Call for graphic novels. So there was a little bit of confusion on this particular item in Comichub this week. It looks like it got maybe data confused with an older item. This is at, with, and about through the blighted lens of Glenn Bray. For over 50 years, Glenn Bray has been shining a spotlight on some of the most outrageous, powerful, and subversive art made in the 20th century. He was the first to note and preserve what amounts to an alternative history of comic pop culture, of American pop culture. In this new memoir, At, With, and About, he turns his focus on the potent post-war landscape of the San Fernando Valley's washed-up entertainers, suburbs, and Hollywood debris. That is from Fantagraphics through their Fantagraphics Underground imprint. Also from same Underground imprint, Love and Understanding hardcover. This is the jazz photography of Don Schlitten, who's photographed jazz greats like Booker Irvin, Eric Dolphy, Mal Waldron, Don Patterson, Etta James, and many, many more. We've had his artwork on all kinds of different album covers, and it's the 128-page coffee table book for $49.99 from Fantagraphics Books. Ooh, here's another one from Fantagraphics. This is the new one from Noah Van Sciver. When her semi-estranged and penniless hoarder father dies, Aaron Messina is tasked with cleaning out his house before the bank forecloses. Oh, I thought that was going to be smooth. This otherwise thankless task is given a purpose, however, when she remembers the original Picasso drawing her father was gifted in 1964. She enlists her teenage son, Jackson, to spend spring break looking for their possible ticket to long-term financial stability. Jackson, resentful and eager to shirk responsibility, befriends twin skateboarders who live in the hood and tell him about the violent murder that happened directly across the street from his grandfather's house. From Noah Van Sciver and Fantagraphics Books, it's Mess. It's the Mess. Oh boy. Look, it's the new Peep Show hardcover. Oh my gosh. Look at this beautiful thing. Joe Matt at his finest. This is 464 pages. I'm assuming this is the entirety, including the 15th unfinished issue that was finished with the help of a bunch of his friends after his passing. It's Peep Show. This is from Fantagraphics, 464 pages. Oh, here's a different thing. From Titan Publishing, Spielberg. Oh my god, that's terrifying. Look. Spielberg spotlighting the inimitable, multi-award-winning Steven Spielberg with over a dozen Academy Awards. Among others, Steven Spielberg is considered the most acclaimed director in modern cinema history. And this is put together by writer-artist Amazing Amezian. We've had other books from him in before, like we got one about Brando. No. Got one about Tarantino, some other directors. Yeah. Spielberg, the graphic novel, available on October 14th. You can special order your copy this week by Sunday at midnight. Ooh, here's a cool thing to let you know about right now. Hey, there's a new achievement. You can read, and you can read this Dungeon Crawler Carl Volume 2 Local Comic Shop Day exclusive edition. This Volume 2 is going to be an early release volume. I think the regular volume doesn't go out till the following week. Yep, this is from Vault Comics. It collects Volume 2 of the web strip, reimagining the Dungeon Crawler Carl novels. Yes. And that does it for our focus on graphic novels. That one got out of whack. Oh well. Our next segment is Indie Press Comics. That's brought to you by our pals over at Senate Theater, who are showing the Point Break, a classic movie from Keanu Reeves and Patrick Swayze. It all happens on Friday, September 11th. Never forget, at 8 p.m. SenateTheater.com for more info. Now on to Indie Press Comics, and we'll kick it off with Space Ghost versus the Herculoids. Awesome. The universe's most heroic families collide in Space Ghost versus the Herculoids. When Space Ghost and the twins stop a brutal hijacking of a Federation cruiser, they discover a new arms race involving a rare mineral known as Quasarite. But when the Federation invades the hidden planet of Amzot to retrieve it, they'll trigger an unspeakable tragedy that will put the intergalactic barbarian Xandor and the Herculoids on a harrowing quest for revenge. With civilians caught in the crossfire, can Space Ghost and company stop the Herculoids' attack before they reach the heart of the Federation? From Dynamite Entertainment, written by David Pepos, with interior art by Jonathan Lau. Space Ghost vs. the Herculoids has an A cover from Francesco Mattina. Very nice. Kriega. Space Ghost. This is the Drew Moss variant. This is cool. Joseph Michael Linsner. Bjorn Behrens, Tom Rainey, pretty cool. And that's all for Space Ghost versus the Herculoids #1. This will be available on September 16th from Dynamite Entertainment. Ooh, look, we get a new omnibus version of Clive Barker's Hellraiser, this essential volume for every Hellraiser fan. Collects the adventures of the Hellbound Heart from, oh my gosh, all kinds of creators. Holy smokes. This is over 500 pages of richly imagined, meticulously crafted horror from one of the medium's most visionary storytellers. Yes. 528 pages for $39.99. Clive Barker's Hellraiser. And that will drop on November 24th. Nope, wrong date. Much earlier than that, on September 30th, the series of one-shots continues, reintroducing Hellraiser with Resurrections, the return of the priest. Uncover the hellbound history of Pinhead. Clive Barker's most infamous creation. A new era of ecstasy and agony starts here. The long-awaited return of Hellraiser to comics is finally upon us, starting with Hellraiser Resurrections, a series. Come on, we've gone through this. He lived so many lives. He died so many lives. Does it ever end? Is there peace or only endless war? He's lived with so many names. The Hell Priest, the Acolyte, the Cold Man. And the one that has always plagued him, Pinhead. Oh, from writer Sarah Gailey and interior artist Alessio Avallone, the return of the priest one shot is 32 pages for $4.99 with an A cover from Zach Howard, B cover from Sabatini. Got a full art variant on the F Unlimited. Oh, we got this cool one from Ariel Olivetti. Very creepy. It's Hellraiser Resurrections, the return of the priest. This one-shot drops on September 30th. And from Dark Horse, we get a new 3-issue miniseries featuring the Hillbilly, the Treason of 12-Toe Maggie. There are so many tales of Rondell, the Wandering Hillbilly. This is but one. Some years after the Great Witch War, Rondell, in order to save an old friend, finds himself in an uncomfortable situation in the service of his former captor, 12-Toe Maggie. Will he break the magical tie that binds him to the 12-toed witch, or will the wielder of the devil's cleaver be at her service forever? The hit Hillbilly comic returns in this brand new arc from Eric Powell and Dark Horse Comics, 32 pages for $5.99. You got an A cover from Eric Powell and a B cover from Becky Cloonan. It's so metal. Bloody knife. Hillbilly, the Treason of 12-Toe Maggie. That's pretty cool. September 30th. Also from Dark Horse Comics, we get the next one-shot from the New York Times bestselling and multi-Eisner Award-winning nominated creator of East of West, the Manhattan Project's Decorum, and more comes this ambitious science fiction universe presented by Comics Titan Jonathan Hickman. Explore the beginnings of the Three Worlds, Three Moons universe in this stunning prestige format comic book. 72 pages for $9.99. I blew through the first run on that first one shot. I'm trying to restock it as quick as I can. Be on the ground floor for this one, folks. Get your orders in by this Sunday. Shift one shot from the 3 Worlds, 3 Moons universe. Oni Press is now offering this deluxe edition hardcover graphic novel, volume 1 of Afterlife with Archie, collecting issues 1 through 10. That's right, including never before collected issues 6 through 10 in an oversized format that also features a complete cover gallery and behind the scenes materials. That's awesome. This is such a good time. Afterlife with Archie, volume 1, 296 pages for $34.99. Drops on October 27th. All right. Also from Oni Press, we got a Adventure Time Halloween special from the land of Ooh. Adventure Time's first ever Halloween special is here from writer Jeremy Malul and rising star Adam Seitz. Noble heroes Finn and Jake enter their trickiest situation yet in this spooky-sized 48-page special that's definitely a treat. Nice. After signing up for a quest from the Adventurers Guild without reading the fine print, Finn and Jake find themselves in a new dungeon, turning into some of its monstrous inhabitants. Stuck in strange bodies, fighting familiar faces, and attempting to get to the bottom of this mysterious place, can our dynamic duo best this unearthly dungeon? Or will they fall victim to the monsters within and within themselves? So metal from writer Jeremy Malul with interior art by Adam Seitz. 48 pages for $7.99. This one shot features an A cover by Sean Dove. A B cover from Augustin Morales. And a C cover from Violet Tobacco. It's Adventure Time Halloween special, available on September 30th from Oni Press. Also available on September 30th from IDW is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Hunger. As the dead return in the city that never dies, an old enemy resurfaces. Hun, Casey Jones' abusive father. I guess that's him, huh? Who is always quick to anger, and this time and his time in the afterlife has done little to mellow him. Back from the dead, he seeks to reclaim his position as the leader of the Purple Dragons, and the only one who can stop him are the 2 recent returns from the Battle Nexus, Slash and Ninjara. It's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Hunger. With interiors written by Paul Aylor, with art from Gavin Smith, who did the A cover. Got a B cover from Dev Madden. Chamba with this brutal C cover. And yeah, TMNT The Hunger, September 30th. And capping off IDW's listings for FOC this week is it's Godzilla number 13. Oh, hi there. Hi, Godzilla. Gronk. A new story arc starts here. Godzilla is living inside the body of a teenage boy, G-Force operative Jason Braid. Once these two were mortal enemies, but now they're beginning to see eye to eye. piece by piece, Jason is beginning to understand his origins and the horrible role the United States government played in it. It's beginning to look like Jason and Godzilla versus America. Follow along with Nuki, Rumi, Incense, and Riviera as they try desperately to stop the monster they've created. It all kicks off in this new story arc in Godzilla number 13 from the Kaisei era that has an A cover by Ito. It's written by Tim Seeley with interiors by Hendry Presetia. We got variant covers by Jesse Hernandez, which is pretty awesome. Very psychedelic. Got a glow-in-the-dark variant by Jay Gonzo. This looks like $5.99 for that special effect cover. And a D cover by Danny Earls. It's Godzilla 13, kicking off a new story arc in the Kaisei era. Ooh, one more thing. Very important thing. IDW is also offering this Godzilla poster book. It is 44 pages. Each page is a large 10.5 by 16-inch print featuring classic art from covers by Arthur Adams. Arthur Adams also did this cover. We got covers by Eric Powell, Jim Mafood, Matt Frank, Jeff Zornow, Bob Eagleton, and many more printed on heavyweight frame ready cardstock. Drops on September 29th. We'll call it September 30th. All right, that's it for the indie press. Let's move on over into Last Call for Image Comics. We got a couple things to show you this week, and this is brought to you by Brain Candy number 82. We've got Brain Candy scheduled for the third Monday of September. That's the 21st. It kicks off at 7 p.m. absolutely free, featuring music by Giacomo. The poetry. Ooh, I'm sorry, this graphic hasn't been updated yet. I think we're fully booked, though. We've got music, poetry, prose, and visual art from local creators, and it's all hosted by Brain Candy Jason Storms. It all happens on Monday, September 21st. Brain Candy number 82. All right, let's move on over into Image Comics, which has a debut this week on FOC. It's Creepshow Volume 5, Number 1. This miniseries premiere for the Eisner Award-nominated horror anthology. Uh-oh. Sorry, wrong date. It returns with more nightmare fuel and 2 new shuddersome stories in every issue. Cool. Terrifying Tyler Boss and freaky Francesca Ciregia give you a show you'll never forget when tensions and body parts are stretched too thin between clown colleagues. Honk honk. Then lethal Lorenzo Di Felici will pique your curiosity when a mysterious object from space begins to wipe out humanity. Can the last surviving astronaut trace its origins? Ooh, it all happens in Creepshow Volume 5, Number 1. This is the first of a 5-issue miniseries featuring an A cover by Kyle Hotz. B cover from Francesco Ciregia, Luana Vecchio on the sea. All 4. Creepshow Volume 5, Number 1, September 16th. Also dropping on September 16th from artist-writer Guillaume Marsh, it's Ophiusa. Be careful when diving into the waters of Ophiusa. Writer and artist Guillaume Marsh, well known for his work on Batman, the Joker, and Catwoman, returns as a solo creator after his acclaimed Carmen in this new edgy 6-part series. The romance between the irresistible Mar and the young entrepreneur Joan gets off to a flying start. In another timeline, Joe meets the enigmatic Isla on a paradise island. A love triangle in which everyone is hiding something, while a dark secret from the past awaits to be revealed, with exquisite artwork that evokes paradise and a story that gradually lays bare the characters' souls. From writer-artist Guillaume Marsh, it's Ophiusa #1, a cover by Guillaume Marsh, drops on September 16th, with variant covers also from Guillaume Marsh on the B and the C and the F, which is a polybagged, not safe for work. Whoop, whoop, it's Ophiusa #1, September 16th. Ooh, you can even look inside. Right there. Also debuting Exquisite Corpse Fox Mask Killer #1. This is a new 5-issue miniseries premiere. Among killers for hire, there are a select few, feared even among other assassins. The enigmatic Fox Mask Killer is at the top of that list. Oh, looks like I got a sword in my head. That's pretty cool. There we are. But now, she wants the one thing even she can't have. She wants out. And the only person who can offer her an opportunity to get away from her old life may be the devil herself. Discover the thrilling and tragic backstory of Exquisite Corpse's most emblematic killer, as brought to life by breakout creators Shay Grayson, Adam Gorham, Jordi Belair, and Becca Carey. We got an A cover from Adam Gorham. This is 40 pages for $4.99 on this 5-issue miniseries, debuting on September 16th. You can special order these variant covers with artwork from Annie Wu. This is a stealth variant with no cover art credit. Michael Walsh on this Witchblade Fox Mask Killer team up. All for Exquisite Corpses Fox Mask Killer #1 of 5, September 16th. All right. That does it for Image Comics this week on Last Call. Our next spotlight will be on DC Comics. We got a couple of important things to check out there. And speaking of DC Comics, mark it on your calendar. Saturday, September 19th is Batman Day 2026. We've got exclusive Batman Day drops, discount on Batman back issues and graphic novels, and maybe some surprises. It all happens on Saturday, September 19th at Green Brain Comics. All right, and now on to DC Comics Spotlight. Our first focus here will be on a new facsimile printing of Joe. Well, I guess this is not a facsimile printing. No, this is a focus on Joe Kubert and 100 Years, A Life in Covers. This one-shot features the greatest covers by one of DC's most legendary artists. In honor of what would have been his 100th birthday, DC Comics proudly presents a centennial celebration of the cover art of Joe Kubert. Take a journey through some of the most iconic DC covers from a career spanning multiple eras. That's cool. Good old Joe Kubert. 100 years in the business. Hey, also on FOC this week is the new DC Compact Volume 4, Crisis on Infinite Earths. This collects the entire 12-issue miniseries in one smaller cut-size volume, 368 pages for, wait for it, $9.99. That's right, folks. That's less than $10. Next up from DC Comics, also on FOC this week, is Robin and Batman, Jason Todd by Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen. This is the first time in softcover for this volume. Yeah, beautiful stuff. Ooh, here's another cool thing. New graphic novel printing for The Watchmen. This is a deluxe hardcover local comic shop day variant. It will be available on local comic shop day. You can special order it, though, right now before Sunday at midnight. All right, now our big focus for DC Comics this week is the new one-shot. Spinning out from Absolute Catwoman comes the Absolute Demon's Hand. Years ago, the Joker trained with the League of Assassins. And when he learned all he could, he slaughtered everyone. But out of the wreckage and what was left, but out of the wreckage of what was left came Lady Shiva and her daughter, Cassandra Cain. Learn the origin of the Absolute Universe's most formidable assassin and how her story is one that is intertwined with the world's greatest thief, Selina Kyle. This is, of course, Absolute Cassandra Cain, The Shadow's Hand one-shot. It drops on September 16th from Shea Grayson, with interiors by Matthias Bergera, an A cover from Bengal. We got cardstock variants for $1 extra. This is interior artist Matthias Bergera on B. We got a C cover from Lian Yuck and Derek Chu on the D. Drops on September 16th from DC Comics, Absolute Cassandra Cain. That does it for DC's graphic novels and one-shots. Good shots, good opportunities for jump-ons. Oh, let's move right on over into Last Call for Marvel Comics. And what's on the list for this week? But it's brought to you by BRAINSCAN. This is our weekly live stream preview of New Comic Book Day from the floor of Green Brain Comics on Tuesday night at 6:30 p.m. right here on YouTube. Join us and be a part of the conversation. Hang out, and we'll even take orders. Well, we'll take orders for comics. It's BRAINSCAN. All right, now let's move on over into Godzilla Infinity Roar. This graphic novel collects the recent Godzilla Infinity Roar 5-issue miniseries featuring Godzilla getting a little bit powered up and going against the Galactic Empire of Wakanda, Asgard, the Shi'ar Empire, the Kree Skrull, space, and beyond. Godzilla got tougher. From Jerry Duggan, Javier Garrón, Ken Lashley cover. Ooh, hey, look, we get another one-shot from the Marvel Mangaverse anniversary relaunch. This one-shot is entitled Ghostlock. When you seek vengeance, expect carnage. Renowned creative team Alyssa Wong and Michael Vig. They reunite for an explosive tale of retribution in this Marvel Mangaverse 25th anniversary special. Carnage has carved a bloody swath through humans and yokai alike, as he seeks to fulfill a cataclysmic prophecy. The only thing standing in his way, the hellacious fury of the righteously pissed off Ghost Rider and her Shinigami bike. Riding hell for leather, Quanon hunts down Cletus Cassidy as they race breakneck down the road to ruin. From writer Alyssa Wong, artist Michael Eag, and featuring an A cover by Yuji Kaku. It's 32 pages for $4.99. Drops on September 23rd with a variant cover by AKA. That's some good action. I like the hook. Where's that hook? I'll hook your head. It's Marvel Mangaverse Ghost Lock One Shot. Speaking of one-shots, we got another one-shot in the March to Hulk War, which runs through Wolverine. When the X-Men learn the location of mutants abducted and corrupted by Infernal Hulk, the deadliest X-Men vows to free them all by the most violent means necessary. The March to Hulk War begins as the father of horrors faces the Marvel Universe's perfect killing machine. Infernal Hulk versus Wolverine. Written by Philip Kennedy Johnson with interior art by Jonas Scharf and a cover from Nick Klein. This drops on September 23rd with a B cover from Lionel Francis Yu. Marvel Games Tokon. Ryan Stegman. Scotty Young. Aw, look how cute. It's Infernal Hulk versus Wolverine. This one shot drops on September 23rd. Alright, then we got Gambit Gone from the pages of X-Men of Apocalypse. A saga spinning directly out of the shocking conclusion of X-Men of Apocalypse Omega, one which will demand more of the man called Gambit than ever before. In the two intertwined tales, Remy LeBeau will face his demons and the demons of all humankind in a story which will see the limits of the reformed Gambit pushed to their breaking point. What kind of man, what kind of husband, what kind of hero will emerge? From Gambit Gone #1 drops on September 23rd from writer Steve Orlando, featuring interior art by Eduardo Audino and an A cover from Simone DeMeo, who did the art on the X-Men of Apocalypse series. Got variant covers from Aiko, Russell Dodderman. Yeah, Gambit Gone, #1. All right, kicking off a new storyline in Thor 801 and picking up the pieces from the anniversary issue that just dropped this week. It's The Quest for Thor. Sigurd Haraldsson is an ordinary man, but he alone can call Asgard's greatest hero back to life. But to rebuild the bridge between humanity and the gods, he must begin his quest in the worst place of all. Somewhere in hell, a man with a hammer begins a journey into mystery. From ongoing Thor writer Al Ewing, who's joined by his regular series artist Pasquale Ferry. We've got Thor 801 with an A cover from Alex Ross. A B cover from Alex Ross with Smiley Guy Hercules. A Ben Sue Pixar 40th variant. And the Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls variant. Ooh, look, art from Stephen Platt. Look at all the lines. Looks pretty cool. Good hammer. Brah, brah. All right, it's Thor 801, September 23rd. And capping off the offerings, the new series and one-shots from Marvel Comics. And our final focus on Last Call this evening is Avengers #1, Super Advanced, solicited for November 4th. Thanks, Marvel. In the wake of Armageddon, a new team assembles. In approximately 2 months, superstar team Chip Zdarsky and Marco Cicchetto reunite for a trailblazing new era of Avengers. With the world order completely rewritten after Armageddon, there comes a day unlike any other, when a new group of Earth's mightiest heroes find themselves united to avenge the Marvel Universe. Spider-Man, Wolverine, Captain Marvel, Daredevil, Luke Cage, and surprises. The Avengers take center stage again in the Marvel Universe in about 2 months. And it all starts here. Don't miss it. Avengers #1 is written by Chip Zdarsky with interior art by Marco Cicchetto, who did this A cover. It's very nice. We got a B cover from Mr. Garson. It's always fun to scroll around on. We got a Carrie Andrews wraparound variant. And we got a wraparound from David Nakayama with a color block red. I get it. This is the big paste up of all of his color block. That's a good one. I like that. It's Avengers #1 with classified variants by Artgerm and a classified variant by Tedesco. Oh, look, we get a classified variant of True Believer's blind bag. It's not really getting classified, it's just in a bag. I think that'll have like all kinds of different variants in it, including some special ones. If you want it, it's $5.99. And if you want a bunch of them, you could even get a 20 count pack. Not an empty box. This box would be full of 20. That's right, 20 Avengers #1 True Believers sealed polybagged blind bag thingies. This all drops on November 4th from Marvel Comics. It's Avengers #1, November 4th. Also, you can look inside. I probably could have brought... Yeah, oh well. Maybe next time. And that, folks, does it for Last Call this week. I want to thank you all for joining us. I also want to thank our pals at Klezmageddon for our fantastic theme song. Join us again next week for more books on Last Call. Make sure to get your orders in. Yeah, let me get to the script here. All these comics are on Last Call this weekend and so many more. You've got until Sunday at midnight, August 23rd, to lock in your pre-orders for these and many, many more. Make sure to send and confirm those items in your Comic Hub cart before the deadline. I'll drop off on that one. Thanks for tuning into the Last Call, the final order report. Stay up to date on all of our happenings. We are Green Brain Comics on all the social medias. Yeah. We are Green Brain Comics on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. All the links you need for a shopping cart are right below in the description. We are spreading the love of comics and graphic novels from the heart of East Downtown Dearborn since 1985. Feed your brain. at Green Brain Comics. Thanks for watching, folks.
Emanating from deep under the earth, spreading across the globe at the speed of thought, changing the world one brain at a time. This is Last Call, the final order report from Green Brain Comics.